All right, and today I am back to give you guys the first trade of our second year Rockets season, and that is going to be with the Atlanta Hawks as we trade a 2024 first round Nets pick. It was swap best and Josh Christopher for young swingman Cameron Reddish. Cameron Reddish was only playing around 14 minutes a game off the bench for the Atlanta Hawks, and he wasn't enjoying himself on the Hawks. He wanted a bigger role in the team's game plan. He wanted a bigger role, and he declared free agency in the season. Now, if you've been watching this franchise before, you already know that I valued Cam Reddish a lot. I was really hoping he'd be in free agency the first season, but he was not. I was going to hopefully try to get him in the offseason this year, but I took a chance on Cameron Reddish, and I'll tell you why I traded for him. Number one, Josh Christopher isn't he fell out of the rotation. I really wasn't liking the way he practiced his jumper. A lot of him just wasn't. He was expendable despite being young. Not to mention Cam Reddish is also young, so I'm not going to trade. You're not going to get a veteran unless the Hawks were looking to win now, but we don't really have a lot of contending veterans on our team, other than like Isaiah Thomas, but even he's not really that valuable. And then we have a bunch of first-round picks this season that are not our own. The Brooklyn Nets hold our first-round pick this year. So, unfortunately, we don't have our own first-round pick, so to be honest, our record doesn't really matter if we tank or not because we don't have our own pick. So we only have two first-round picks this season, and that's the Nets pick and the Bucks pick. Both probably not very highly valued. So I'm going to give the Brooklyn Nets pick and Josh Christopher to Cam Reddish because it doesn't look like the draft is going to be a very good way to bank on improving this season. And I'm going to acquire Cam Reddish. And Cam Reddish is the defensive prospect I've been wanting. Take a look here. I always spoil the stats, but take a look at Cam Reddish. He's 6'8", 218 at the 3. He doesn't have that good of interior defense, but he's 83 perimeter, which is very solid. Good lateral quickness. Good speed. He's athletic, very athletic. Decent enough ball handler. Offense needs work, but what doesn't need work? Or whose offense doesn't need work? We're going to work on the shooting a bit. Taking a look at Cam Reddish's stats last season with Philadelphia. With Atlanta, he averaged 5 points on 38% shooting, 28% from the 14 minutes a game. He didn't enjoy that. Cam Reddish here has some badges. He has decent enough passing. He even has quick first step, and then he has some good defensive badges, as well as legendary work ethic, which is the main reason why I got him. Cam Reddish is an expiring deal at 5.95. The main reason why I traded for Cam Reddish instead of signing him in the offseason is because when I trade Cam Reddish, I acquire his bird rights. And we acquired his bird rights. You need 3 to go over the salary cap. So I acquired his bird rights. I also am now, he's now on the team. So he can now he's now sliding in at that starting small forward. So, he's out of Atlanta. I can now, get him now, slide him into that starting 3 spot now, play him on my team now, and now that I traded for him, I now have the bird rights to go over the cap and re-sign him in the offseason or sign him to a rookie extension if I can convince him to do so. Currently, he does not want to sign that rookie extension, and we will probably have to get him in free agency, but the extension deadline is very long. It's super long ways away at this point. So, there's always a chance we can convince him otherwise. that's going to be the trade that I made. Cam Reddish's debut has already been recorded, and I will get it out to you as quickly as possible. Don't expect wild offensive numbers from Cam Reddish. I got him primarily for the defensive capabilities that he has. You slide him over. Nathan Masiadio can now slide over to the 4. And that gives us quite a hefty defensive wing. It gives us 2 very good wings who have potential to be great two-way players as well. Cam Reddish has all the tools to be a great offensive player. He just needs to put it together. And $10 million a year for Cam Reddish, personally, I think is a great idea. Also, this allows us with his bird rights to spend in free agency if we want to, go for a max player or anything, and then I can still retain Reddish with the bird rights that I got. So that's going to be the trade that I required. We now have our defensive prospect, the guy I wanted, and we will see how well he plays. I'll catch you guys in his debut video, which I believe is going to be against the Los Angeles Lakers. I'll see you when it's done.